So it's official. Juneteenth, June 19th, is now an official, federally recognized holiday. Welcome to Escaping the Echo Chamber. So this week, I didn't see it coming. I didn't expect it to happen. Like, I don't even recall hearing that this was in the works. But it galvanized and it happened really quickly. And it's a very short bill. It's like 2 pages, two-page long bill, which it would be great if all bills were like that. But it passed the Senate through unanimous consent, passed the House with only 14 dissenters or Republicans, including Thomas Massey. And then, of course, as expected, Joe Biden signed it into law. The interesting thing is, actually, we'll get to, there's a couple of interesting things, but if you don't know what Juneteenth is, Juneteenth has been celebrated in Texas for a long time. It was when in Galveston, Texas, after the Civil War, there were still slaves that didn't know the war was over and that they had been freed by Lincoln's decree. And this Union generals came into Texas, Galveston, and said, "Hey, it's over. You're free." And so that's what the celebration is, a commemoration of the liberation and the end of slavery, which is a great thing and really should be an easy. This, as far as no-brainers go, this should be a no-brainer. However, you're gonna have people who, for some reason, just want to make and if we talk about the victimhood culture, you've got these victimhood hustlers that are constantly have to be, jump up and complain and whine about something that somehow this oppresses them or whoever they're representing. So Charlie Kirk, Candace Owens, ABL. I'm pretty sure Tatum said something, but I haven't seen what he said. But like, they came out and they're all complaining about this. Oh, this is absurd. Candace is like, oh, I will only celebrate July 4th. Oh, so is that the only holiday you'll celebrate for the entire year? Like, please, just stop it. Charlie Kirk and people are like, wait a minute, but weren't you supporting Donald Trump about to make this a holiday last year? And so this is why you can't even take these people seriously, because they have no consistency. They believe in nothing. They're like, they just want something to rile their bases up. And I implore, if you're one of their supporters, stop following these people. In fact, correction, if you want to follow them, follow them. Just don't fall for their nonsense. If you want to watch their stuff, watch their stuff. If you want to watch your shows. But please don't be taken in, don't be suckered by their grift, because they're lying. They just make stuff up. And like I said, last year they were for it. When Donald Trump was about to make Juneteenth into a national holiday, they were like, yes, this is great. Doesn't it show how much Donald Trump cares about black people? Now, Candace Owens is calling Juneteenth segregation. So celebrating the end of slavery is segregation. You have people like Charlie Kirk, who last year was in support of it because Trump was doing it. Now that Trump didn't do it, now it's a problem. Now they're not only saying that the Democrats are stunting, they're saying, oh, like Candace is calling it segregation. Like, how is it segregation when you were supporting it last year when Trump wanted to do it? Was it segregation then? Because then you need to call out Trump for his promoting segregation. But she won't do that because she's a fraud who believes in nothing. Charlie Kirk won't do that because he's a fraud who believes in nothing but their own grift. Even Brandon Tatum said, hey, I have no problem with Juneteenth. C.J. Pearson says this shouldn't be a difficult thing. Why are conservatives any conservatives having a problem with this? Jeff Charles, Happy Juneteenth. Julian Assyard. These are conservatives who clearly realize this is a great thing. There's no reason to have a problem with this. Zuri Davis, written articles about it. Like, all across the board, we're seeing conservatives, we're seeing law enforcement, we're seeing all kinds of people agreeing that this is a great thing. A.J. Smith, all these conservatives who do not have a problem with it. Yet we have Candace Owens, who wants to create an issue and had to get checked by Azalea Banks, among others, because people realize just how hateful and bitter she is. And that's what she is, a hateful, bitter person who has no principle. See, there's no intellectual consistency. There's no common sense. There's no logic. There's no rationality. It's just pure nonsense. And so it's funny that people talk about race hustlers when like these are right wing race hustlers. Yes, Candace Owens, Charlie Kirk, ABL, they are right wing race hustlers. They are constantly trying to stoke white fears of being oppressed and aggrieved by black people. And in this case, this is a holiday that isn't only for black people to celebrate. It's a holiday that everybody can celebrate. Because like if you're talking about the end of slavery, that shouldn't be divisive. Like that should be something we can all agree on is a good thing. We should all be able to say, yes, let's celebrate America actually starting to do the right thing, dismantling one of its most egregious, crimes. Just like stopping, trying to right its wrongs. So if you are an American, if you support America, if you celebrate America, like this is, I actually see this as a perfect one-two punch. Two Independence Days back to back. Just within a couple of weeks of each other, because the 19th, and then in about 2 weeks, then you have the 4th. So 4th, you have the fireworks. On the 19th, you can have the cookout, and this isn't a competition. You can do both. You can enjoy both. You can celebrate both. You can commemorate both. You can enjoy time with your loved ones, with your friends, your family, and especially after the year we've been through. we we need all the holidays we can get. Come on, let's be real now. But it's just, hey, I'm glad that it's happened. I'm glad that, and hey, I'm gonna be real. I think Donald Trump being on the on the brink of doing it kind of inspires the Democrats to say, let's hurry up and do this before the Republicans do it, for us, because we want the credit. And hey, that very well may be what was the catalyst, because if they were like, if Donald Trump was about to do it and we don't do it, like what if the Republicans, take over the Senate and the House, and then they do it? Now we look like well, why didn't y'all do it? So it could have been, it very well could have been, and I'm not going to dispute that, but it doesn't change the fact that this is something that should be celebrated. That it's not a problem, and it shouldn't be a problem for people to celebrate the commemoration of the end of slavery. And the people who in Texas who've been celebrating it, there are people around the country who've been celebrating it. Have it federally recognized, nationally recognized, that's a cool thing too. It's a cherry on top. That's it. It's not going to change the world, but that's what you have to remember. It's not going to change the world. Still work to be done, and that work means, symbolism. Symbolism is nice. Substance is better. Don't let them forget about. We still push for police reform. We still push for legislative reform. And still, we start pushing for legislative reform because these politicians are trying to make people look at the police without looking at them and the laws that they're precipitating, or the laws that they're instituting that are precipitating negative interactions between police and civilians. And I'm looking forward to celebrating Juneteenth. Are you looking forward to it? Do you have any plans yet? Friends, family, going out to any Juneteenth events inside in your community? Let me know in the comment section below what your plans for Juneteenth are. And don't forget to give me a thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you next time.